Hey, everyone. Before we even get started, I want to make sure you all can hear me and that you can see me. So, can you see me and can you hear me? Let me know that first. And then we will get into it because I got a lot to say. I got a lot to read. I am ready. This is our first sprint of the new year. Oh my God. It's our first sprint of the new year, and I can't wait. I actually just woke up. Okay, you can hear me and you can see me. Great. Yeah. So this is the first sprint of the new year. This month, I'm only doing one, and the reason is school. So at the end of this month, I am leaving to go on my last residency for school before I start my internship, and that will be that. I can't do too much this month, but we'll see how that works out for the rest of the year. But I am excited for this sprint because, again, it is the first one. But let me show you what I'm reading during this. Um, we're going to be doing first, we're going to be doing 40-minute sprints. Let me show you. Yeah, we're going to be doing 40-minute sprints and 5 to 10 minute uh, chat period, break or whatever, because let's not do too much. First sprint of the year for me. Let's ease into it. But yeah, so we'll be doing 40 sprints, 10-minute break. But I asked on my Instagram, on my IG, what book should I read when it came to these three books. So I asked them to choose between The Last House Guest by Megan Miranda. I asked them to choose Secluded Cabin Sleep 6 by Lisa Unger. I've never read a book from either one of those. And I also asked them to choose between One of Us Knows by Alyssa Coles. And lo and behold, 75% of people that voted on that poll on IG did One of Us Knows by Alyssa Coles. So that's what I'm going to be reading on this sprint. But if I don't like it, trust and believe I have a backup. All of those could be backups, but also On Us by Nina. This is my book club pick for January, and I haven't really even started it. And it needs to be read by the end of the month. Actually, by the start of next month, because I started the poll for this late. So by the beginning of next month, this should be done. And then we can have a book discussion on it. So those are the books possible to read, but I am a mood reader and I may not be in the mood to read any of them. So I also have books back there. Obviously, I have shelves, but I actually have books on the couch behind me that I might be reading as well. But other than that, I can't wait to start because I do want to read. And I am participating in Winterween right now. And I've read all of the books for Winterween, but I wanted to squeeze one of these thrillers in there just to fill it out. So y'all can let me know in the comments if you have ever participated in Winterween or Summerween. Y'all can let me know that. But other than that, we will get started with the first sprint in 6 minutes. So these will not have any music with them. Maybe the next sprint will, but this one is just a reading or productive sprint. You do whatever it is that you need to do during 40 minutes, and then you take a break for 10. That's what a reading sprint is. You can read or you can do whatever is productive for you, and it's all good. Yeah, reading for me, I'm not in a reading slump. I'm really not. But I do think reading for me is reading for me is slow this year. And I think it was slow last year, but I think that because of how much I read in 2024, which was over 400 books, which was ridiculous. But I wanted to see how far I could go, how far I could do, how far I could push myself without physically pushing myself, right? Um, and then I went into 2025 kind of spent. I was done. But I still managed to read about over 260. I think it was 265 books last year, which was hard, but it shouldn't have been, knowing that I read two what did I say, 400 and over 460 something books in 24, but it was, again, I think because my brain was super fried. So this year in 26, I decided 100 books. I know I can do over 400, over 400, over 450. So 100 shouldn't be that bad, but I still think it's going to be that bad because my brain is still fried, I believe, from 24, which is wild, but it is what it is. Because this month, I think I've already read 8 books, one being an ebook on Kindle Unlimited, and the rest are for my physical TBR because one of my goals for 2026, okay, is to read 100 of my physical TBR books. Even though my goal is to read 100 books, the 100 books for my goal is different from my personal reading goal, which is 100 of my own physical TBR books. So that's why most of the books I will be reading are physical TBR books. I don't even have that many 2026 books that are on my radar because I'm focused elsewhere. But I do have a lot of 2025 books that I never got to. So those are newish, right? What's considered new books? Is it just 2026? I know 2026 obviously is new books, but it should also be 2025. Even 2024, I think that's real new. That's real. If you're reading new books and you only read books that were published like years ago, to you, anything close to the present time is new. So it is what it is when it comes to that. But when you get in here, just let me know what you're reading, if you're reading, what you got to get done that you're going to use the sprints for. Let me know that, because in about 2 minutes, we'll be starting our first sprint. I should put my stuff on Do Not Disturb, but I'm not going to do that yet. Yeah, just let me know what you're reading or what you're doing. And so I can know. I already told you I'm going to be reading one specific thing, but move reader here, so it might be a million different things. And I am okay with that. But yeah, so let's prepare to do it. Yeah. I think he meows, he or she, but I think he's a he. I think the cat is a he. I think he meows when the timer is up. So just be prepared for that. I don't want anybody to jump out of their skin, but just be prepared that I believe he does meow when the timer stops. Yeah, so at 5:10 we will start the timer. But yeah. Don't forget to let me know what you're reading or what you will be trying to accomplish in your sprinting time. And I was about to say, I think I left my headphones upstairs, but I didn't. I think they're on the couch. Yep. And I brought me a little snack. I got my water. I am so ready for sprints, especially since I took a nap. I'm ready for sprints now. But yep. So we're going to start the timer and I will see you all in 40. I find that to be so damn cute. But I was ready for it, so I wasn't scared. But I am going to I am about, I don't know, 20%, 19% in to One of Us Knows. And it's not bad. Excuse me. It's not bad. It is thriller, obviously, but I do not like heavily books that include mental illness. I think it's like a cheap shot, a cheap plot device. And this one has a woman who has DID and uh, a lot of them, a lot of alters. She has a little kid. She has a guy. Um, I'm 45% into Mind Game by Christine Feehan. And how is that going? I wanted to try a Christine Feehan book as well, but never got around to it. But yeah, this is DID heavy. um, but basically, she wakes up in a car after being knocked out of uh, the front for 6 years. So she hasn't been present for 6 years. Her alters have been taking care of her and everything else, food, money, jobs, clothes for 6 years. And she wakes up at a dock and now she got a job at this creepy ass island. Excuse me. And the altar that got her the job don't want to be there. It's good. I don't know. Maybe I can do, if I do Christine Feehan, because I know she has romance too. Are you reading like urban fantasy by her, or um, is it urban fantasy? Is it fantasy? Is it romance? What is it? But yeah. So I don't know. It's not bad. The writing for this is not bad right now, but it's got me squinting a little bit just for the simple fact that I don't like mental health being used as a plot device. So this is romance with a sci-fi plot. I don't know, that sounds good. I haven't found much sci-fi to get into, but I think I'm going to, when the timer runs down, I think I'm going to finish because this stopped in the middle of chapter 9. So I think I'm going to finish the chapter and then go into this book. All of a sudden, my throat is dry, but go into this one just for a quick little minute, just for a minute, because why not? I'm trying to see if I actually want to finish or actually read this book. So just for a little minute, I might go into this one for, like I said earlier, this one, because I do think I need to start reading this book club pick. We'll see. But I know Winterween. Did I do my Winterween prompt for today? I don't think I did. I have a Winterween prompt that I have to do. I just ordered dinner as well, so I'm waiting on dinner to arrive. But Winterween, I don't think I did my Winterween prompts. If you've ever participated in Winterween, let me know. Or if you're participating in it now, if you don't know what it is, also let me know. But this will be my second Winterween participating. Uh, one Summerween. I want to say one Summerween, second Winterween. So this year will be my second Summerween when that comes up. And I enjoy it. I think Gabby Reeds does a great job with her readathons because it's very well, what do you call it? It's very well put together. So I enjoy participating in her challenge. But yeah, I'm going to continue to read One of Us Knows. And now that I'm in the book, I know for a fact that means one of the alters knows what's going on said island. However, I don't know if I care, and I don't know if by the end I will care. So I'm not 25% in, so usually I give a book 25 good percent before I clock out. So hopefully I don't mind continuing after 25% because 25% is all I got. 25% is all I got to give. So there's that. But the wicked, you're so gone beyond redemption and you can't even see it, Elio. They call him the wicked, and what's crazy is I did read like 2 chapters, 2 or 3 chapters. I didn't go that far, but immediately I knew something was up in chapter 3, I want to say. And then he turned into like a teddy bear, and then he turned back into in the same chapter, in the next chapter, back into the wicked. And first of all, I'm gonna say this with every fiber of my being. Having a name, the wicked, I don't like it when it was the singer. And I don't like it when it's a character. What do you mean the wicked? Be so for real. Like the wicked. What is that? Don't piss me off. But yeah, so I don't know. I only picked this one. If you don't know, I am kind of like an ambassador for More and More, but I only picked this one because I didn't see anything else that I liked. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess this one seemed fine, but I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm gonna like that, really like it, but I guess I'll read it. I'll give it a try. I shall be giving it a try. Lord. But also, like I said, our reading sprints, there's one this month. There will be at least one in February, but I do think I want to do two. Um, but they will be up once they're done and recorded, they're up for forever and a day. So you don't technically need me for a reading sprint because you can just go back and watch one of the old ones. And that's helpful because I watch everyone's old reading sprints when I need to get something done. And it helps me out. So I don't know why all of a sudden I can't talk, but I am waiting on my food and I can't wait till it gets here. I'm hungry. But also, I'm going to continue reading my book. We are about to start the next sprint. And you all, if you could be so kind, Jesus, is to let me know what you're reading in the comments. And let me know if you're not reading, let me know what you're using these productive sprints to do. I was going to use them to study, but I'm going to do that. I do that throughout the day, studying. So I wanted to get through these books before anything else. Because I do want to get this Winterween vlog out before Thursday. All right, back to it. I'll see you all in a moment. Hello, hello, hello. I made it 32% into my book. I'm on page 104. I am nosy enough to know that I want to know what's actually going on in this book, but also, um, I think I know myself well enough to also know that I don't think I'm going to 33% in. I don't know if this is going to be a keeper. I don't know that. We'll see by the time I finish this. I don't think I'm going to finish this on in these sprints. We got like an hour and a half left, so I don't think I'm going to finish these sprints on here. But I mean finish this book on these sprints. But I do know that I'll get far enough along to where I should be able to figure it out. I don't know. But she finally got to the island and she realized that the castle like place that she finds on the island is one that her and her altars go to inside her head, and she's never been here to her knowledge. She's never been here before, so she's trying to figure out like how is that possible that something that I thought one of my alters or my inner headmates had made up is actually a real thing. So I must have seen it before. Don't know. But I do like the uh the explaining that's being done in this book about how uh Kiki who not Kiki, Ken, who is our main character that we're hearing from, um used to have such a pull, like a tug of war with her altars. So it always felt like forcefully being moved out of being in the front to the back. And in a moment where one of her altars, Mesmer, wants to do like a Tai Chi routine, she asks her, like, hey, can I do my morning routine? And she tells Mesmer yes. And in that moment, she's like, oh, here we go. We gotta, like, her body is prepared for like a jolting kind of thing. And none of that happens. Like, Mesmer just slides, like, glides right by her, does what she needs to do. And Ken is still very present in the moment, even though Mesmer has control. Um, and Ken says, this is new. Like, I don't remember us ever being so in tune with each other during these takeovers, right? So it seems that in the 6 years that Ken has been gone and hasn't been fronted and really doesn't even know where she went when she went back into the back. Solomon, another headmate of hers, says he thinks that she went into a void. Um, but she thinks that they all got it together, um, like a more smooth ride when she was gone. So that's interesting. But do I think I'll ever read it again? I don't think so. But that's neither here nor there. um, but I think during these sprints, I will continue to read this because the more I read it, the further I get, then I can finish this. Possibly not tonight, possibly tomorrow. Um, yeah, and I can't. I did order dinner from, what is it called? It's like it slipped my mind, but it wasn't Popeyes. What was it? Um, Zaxby's. So dinner is upstairs, but it's crazy because I ordered on the app and on Uber Eats, and it said 2 minutes, and I went upstairs. It said that the driver hadn't even arrived yet, and I looked out, out of the window of my door, and my food was already on the front porch. I'm like, Okay. Not a knock on the door, nothing. My food was already out there. So it is what it is. So I had to put all the food, out of the bags, and something had spilled inside of it. So I had to get that taken care of before I came back down to continue reading. But I don't know about this book, but I do. Where is it? I want to know because I have read a good 10% of this book, Family Lore, and I don't know how I feel about it. Even though Elizabeth Acevedo, I love her writing, I don't know how I feel about this. But I do know that she is known for writing YA, and I think I've read every YA book that she's ever done. I believe I have. With the Fire on High, um, The Poet X. Was there another one? I can't remember. But I have read those and I love those. Well, what is it? Clap When You Land. That was the other one. So 3 YA books. Two of them, well, all three of them I enjoyed reading. One more than the others, and that was The Poet X. But I don't know how I feel about this. I'm going to continue. Y'all know how I am again, 25 good percent. So we'll see how this goes. But I have never read this one. I heard this is really good, even though I do know what is that other book she wrote? The Song of Achilles. I heard that book had people crying. Uh, and I don't know about that, but no one said they cried to this. So this is the one that I got. No one said they cried to this. I'm happy about that. So I do want to try this because I do like a Greek story, a Greek retelling, mythology. I do like all of those things. So we'll see. But like I said, for these sprints, I think I'm just going to stick with this book so that I can finish it. Um, yeah, we'll see how it goes because I don't know. I don't know what to think, but I do know this seems like she researched some things when it came to DID, and I appreciate that if she did because it seems like she did. It doesn't seem like she's making it up. Um, and I have read 3 other books by Alyssa Cole, like I said before. So When No One Is Watching, and then I read those 2 books, An Extraordinary Union and A Hope Divided. The first one was okay. And then the second one, I was a little pissed off because I started to see a pattern. And when no one, because which one did I read first? I think I read When No One Is Watching first. And then the other 2, which are Civil War, uh, in the midst of the Civil War during slavery times. And to me, they are big catfish stories. They have black people on the front covers and you would think Civil War time, slavery times, if it's a historical romance, it's going to be black people paired with black people because we're not even at Loving and Virginia yet. We're not even in them times yet to be even thinking about that kind of stuff. And it's not. So it pissed me off. It didn't make any damn sense to me that the first 2 books were 2 different black women who fell in love with 2 white men who were brothers. And then the third book, I never read it and I wasn't going to because it had a black man on the cover. And I said, yeah, he's going to be with someone that's not black. And that has no problem in anything, but it does in a Civil War book. So let's get back into our reading. That was our last sprint. I actually got to 50% in One of Us Knows by Alyssa Cole. And I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this. I don't know. I am going to finish it though. I will finish it, but I don't think this is something that I would keep uh, on my bookshelves for like a reread at some point in time. Um, it's still interesting. I'm still nervous. I'm still nosy enough to want to find out what happens in the end, but I am not overwhelmed by this story. This story is not gripping me. It's not like oh my God, I'm so into it. I'm not. I'm barely entertained. I'm at a 3 level of what a book is. And this is what this might be. If I stop right now and I had to rate this, I would rate it a 3. Um because Alyssa Cole can write. I'm not saying that she can't, but I am not being overly entertained by that book. But even though I got to 50% in here, which was page 159 of my copy, I also, right before the timer went off, read another chapter in here. I can't tell you where because I switched to my audiobook. So I don't know what page I am actually on. I'm going to have to find my actual page later. But yeah, this was our last sprint of the night. I already know I did not plan well enough when it came to time because when our 10-minute break is up, it will only be about 7:40, which leaves us with 20 extra minutes. So maybe I could do a 15-minute sprint. Um or yeah, a 15-minute sprint to just tie up some loose ends. How about that? We'll do a 15-minute sprint to tie up some loose ends and then, okay, and then we can call it a night because, yeah, I'm ready to go eat my food. Okay, so I set it up for that. Okay. So in 7 minutes, we will have a 10-minute quick sprint just to close up a few things. And then we'll come back and say our goodbyes or whatever and in the sprint. But yeah, I am going to continue in the 10-minute sprint that we have, continue to read this. And some of you might say, like, why haven't you DNF'd it? Because again, it's not badly written. I'm just not overly into the actual story, but it's not bad enough for me to DNF, if that makes sense. It might not make sense. It might not make sense. And I get it if it doesn't, because most people be like, okay, if you're not gripped by the story, put the story down. But I am nosy enough. This is something that I'm nosy enough to see how Alyssa Cole is going to end this book. So I am going to continue. I mean, again, I'm 50% in. So I only have 50%. And in 10 minutes, I'm not going to get that far. But like I said, tomorrow I might finish this. Plus, I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. And if I take this with me, I can possibly listen to the audiobook when I'm on my way there and possibly on my way back. I think that will work for me. Actually, that will work pretty well because I don't want to be into this book for way longer than I have to be. especially since I started it yesterday just to read a chapter, just to see what it was. I read the prologue, and today is me getting 50% in, which is a big feat. It's a big feat. 50% in on this. That's great. I also finished my book for Winterween, which was Fall of the Order by JC. So I finished that. New to me author, never heard of him. And it had vampires, werewolves, witches, voodoo priestess, um, what do you call that? Flesh eaters. It was very paranormal. It was given Blade with Underworld. It was given like a mixture of those two, Blade and Underworld combined with the Order kind of gave, what is that? I'm trying to think of, oh, the Votori. That's what it was given, which was crazy. And it was a lot. That book, The Fall of the Order, if you follow me on Goodreads, I haven't written a review for it yet, but I will put up a review soon. But because it will be in my Winterween wrap up, but had a lot of action in it. Like from chapter 1, page 1, it's like you're on go in that book, but the prologue was the world building, and the prologue was only, I want to say 3 pages, 2.5 pages. So you get 2.5 pages of world building in the prologue, so you kind of know the basics of what that book is about. And then from page 1 to page, I think it was only like 280 pages. From page 1 to page 280, it's on go. It's action. It's killing. And mind you, the killing, oh, it didn't matter. It didn't matter who it was. They were killing kids, babies, women, men, children, old, young, black, white. They were killing everybody in that book. But I didn't feel connected to anyone in that book at all. Like not a single character at all. Like I more so felt more connected, or not connected, but I felt sorry for the innocent bystanders, because innocent bystanders were being offed left and right. Cause damn, I'm just home in my bed and I gotta lose my life. That's crazy. But yeah, so that book wasn't for me either. But the book that I read from Winterween that actually surprised me enough that I'm gonna keep it and I'm gonna continue to read from the author is Geneva Rose. Never read from Geneva Rose before, but I read uh, The Perfect Marriage, so I'm going to pick up The Perfect Divorce. I'm gonna pick that up. I don't know when. It's not like it's a must for like immediate reading, but I'm gonna pick it up because The Perfect Marriage, I'm not saying it was the best thriller in life. It wasn't, but it was entertaining. I was entertained. And that's all a thriller has to do. That's all a book really has to do. For me, it's entertain me. And I mean that in every sense of the word, in every genre. If I'm entertained, that means if it's a romance, if I'm kicking my feet, that means I'm entertained. If it's a historical romance, that means the atmosphere, the dialogue, the longing, all of that, I'm entertained. That means if you're doing it right, I'm entertained. And Geneva Rose did it right enough that I was entertained. And that ending, it got me. But we're gonna do our last little 10-minute sprint to end out uh the our reading sprints for today, and then we'll close out our reading sprints. And yeah, so Here we go. Let's do it. We are done. We are done. And I am so this book is crazy. I don't know what I'm gonna do um with this book, but I do know we are done with our sprints. We only have a couple minutes left. But yeah, this was fun. This was my first sprint of 2026. I cannot wait to do more of them, seeing as my name is Reading Sprints and Chai Sips. Um, just remember that this one is the only one for January, but it will be up forever. So you can always come and check it out um, to do your productive sprints and your reading sprints. But the one in February, I think will be two of them. And I'll probably even start to do some read with me's. And we'll see, because I have never recorded one, but I am going to try it. What could it hurt, right? But yeah, if you joined me, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. I will definitely see you all in another video or in another live. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you have joined me and you enjoyed your time. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, I will definitely see you all in the next one. Bye.